So hi y'all, it's Water Element Girl, or Water Elemental Girl, or Athalea Wolf, or Girl Around the World, which those last two are my own names. I just use Water Element Girl and Water Elemental Girl depending on the site's restrictions. But yeah, so today we're going to be comparing all those Mermaid creator games, and we're looking at several. We're also going to be looking at this Mystical Mermaid, which is not a very good game, but we're going to be looking at so many of them. This is probably going to take several videos, each around 15 minutes long. But let's start this one by Miss Jest. And she always has a lot of... she's always had a lot of body types, and she's always made her mermaids very realistic, and this is no exception. So let's start. So we get 6 narwhal skin tones and 2 fantasy. We just get several types of eyebrows. And I'm just going to have to clear the hair out of the way. Sorry, some of you aren't going to like this. It's going to look really bad. So we get lots of different eye shapes. 7, in fact. So this is called the Mermaid Dress Up Game by Miss Jest. You can just type that in your Google bar and you can find it. So we actually have tons of mermaid mouths, but the ones that we're not going to be able to find anywhere else is this one. So we just have freckles and blush. Freckles are barely visible. And the blush is also barely visible. So we have 3 different types of gills, including the upper turn do not have any. So let me just have a quick interjection real quick. So, wow. Interjection time. So I'm going to be rating each of these mermaid games on a scale from 1 to 10 for both an average avatar creator for mermaids and my special mermaid, which means that they can have any hair or skin color, including fantasy ones. They have all different types of tails, not just the stereotypical one. They have ears, very big fantasy ears, some kind of counter shading, some kind of gills, perhaps something like a long tongue or teeth in the mouth. Webbed hands and webbed fingers. So this is just the way I do it. You're probably going to do it drastically differently, but please don't say, you're not the most important thing in the world, so just do it on your own. I really like this, and it's the only way I would do mermaids. But let's just continue. So we actually have several types of tails here, 10. Not all of them are very good, like this. But many of them are, and perhaps the 3 ones you're going to not find anywhere else are these 3. The jellyfish, this under the sea one, and then the snake. And I'm going to just give you a look at each of them. We're going to be sticking with my favorite for the final product. These both look, wow, really good. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? And now our jellyfish with a little heart. And now we have our 3 things that make the mermaid mine. Now, another thing that makes my mermaids mine is they always have fins elsewhere on the tail, like these. And they can have any kind of animal tail, as well with other mermaid tails. So let's just look at our 10 hairstyles here. So we don't actually have much variety for African American characters, which is not very Miss Jest at all, but it's what we got. I feel this game's a bit overrated, to be honest. It's not like super bad or anything. Oh wait, but here's something else this game stands out with, and that's its clothing options. Because wow, look at these. They're so human, which definitely fits very well with our mermaid game. So I'm choosing these. Now we also get vests, which definitely helps us add a little bit more personality to our mermaid. I'm staying with this one because it seems like having formal clothing is the best way to go for showing off this game's true potential. Now, the most annoying thing about this game is the drag and drop. So you have to click on the drag and drop. You need to drag the drag and drop anywhere on the board. But then you can't do it again. You can do it with like another drag and drop, but I can't do it. However, we are going to be making the most of the drag and drops. You also can't change the color of the drag and drops. Not the drag and drops. The drag and the drops. But we do have some kind of like hunting gun, which is definitely a very cool thing. Layers doesn't seem to exist here either. Now I'm not sure about background. I don't think we have it. Background. So we have 3 different types of backgrounds. No, 4 actually. And they're really, this is not a special game, by any means. I'm just going to say making it for 4 on a regular mermaid creator and 5 for mine. Now, this game is by Doll Divine, and we're actually doing it on the Doll Divine site. And it's simple enough. I'm not going to say anything bad about this game, but we don't actually have very much variety. Probably the only special thing you would go here is if you were a mermaid for some reason needed a flaming tail and matching tail fins. Now it seems like we can only change the hair color and the tail color. See, if you look. Aha! So if you click the palms. That was my little brother, and he's actually asking for my help. I'm very sorry for that little interruption. Let me just pause the video, and we'll join us in a few seconds, okay? So this game's nothing fancy. I'm going to be giving it probably a 5 for regular mermaids. The only reason why is because you can actually make a dot up here, which is really cool. So if you're an dot maker, this is then the game for you. However, if you're not, sorry, there's not much I can say here. There's not much else special that would draw you to this game. For my mermaid, I'm going to rate it a 0 because there's nothing special here whatsoever. So, now we're looking for the Merfolk creator from Ink Scribble and Doll Divine here on Rimnaru. Now, I wasn't actually able to find both of us. Oh, let me go back. So we can have up to 4 characters on here, and 2 females and 2 males, and we have many backgrounds. I'm not going to show you them all. Actually, I probably am, But watch this. This is a really cool thing. So we just click any 2 colors. I'm choosing 2 very noticeable colors. So watch this. The original. Ta-da! We get a large amount of color customization. However, these first 3 are not what I'm going for. We do have a large amount of background control, which is a really lovely thing. We can even have text boxes. I'll tell you a tale of the bottomless blue and the teddy to the starboard heave-ho. Look out, that a mermaid be waiting for you in mysterious fathoms below. I think that's from the Little Mermaid. I probably got it very wrong. So we actually get a random and chaos option, which means, well, so we can actually resize them. And guys, can you imagine how good this is going to be for creating characters of certain different sizes and of different angles? So we can have, like, if most of your characters in this scene are this big, then you can have a kid who's this big. Isn't that incredible? However, for this girl, we're just going to stay here. So we have just a huge amount of skin colorization. Now, before we continue, I would like to add on something that I've heard that this is the best mermaid creator there is. Now, I have a personal favorite, but I do enjoy this one quite greatly, even though it's not it. So we have a huge amount of eyebrow customization. I know this is going to sound so weird. We have eyebrow customization. But we do, and it's really incredible. And we also have eye customization, too. Sorry, my voice is probably getting a little loud and probably a little hard to understand. I'll try to make it clearer. But, so we can actually get different colors. So our girl looks kind of blind now, but if we get her these big dark eyes, she definitely looks like the opposite of blind. So we get different types of ears and noses. And even the option for no nose, which definitely makes her look very like it's some kind of aquatic sea mammal. Or really animal. Now, I'm sorry, my mouse seems to be flickering on my screen. I'm not sure if you can see this in the video, but if it does, I'm really very sorry. But we do get our webbed ears and some nice lips, even though it doesn't seem like we can change the color for lipstick. We can change the intensity. Looks like we can change the color. So now we have hair eye swap. I'm not quite sure what this does, but this is an ink scribble game. And wow, we have so many hair options. Wow. And this is what eye swap does. So, if we want her hair to be growing through her eye sockets, we can do that. I think it's actually more like a debug thing, but. Now we have hair, it looks like that from all different kinds of ethnicities. So you could use plenty of different kinds. Ink Scribble has a large variety of options. I'm very, very happy with them. Or probably actually. So we can just have like a pretty boring brown hair. Or we can just stay with the brown hair for the hair color, but then what if we wanted teal highlights and slightly lighter lowlights? Or just the same color lowlights? Then our hair can be blonde near to the end. And look at that! Doesn't that look so cool? Or let's just say you wanted your highlights slightly lighter, then your lowlights even lighter, but maybe not that much lighter. And then you can have it get slightly lighter, and that just really looks like a very pretty hair color. So we have a huge amount of hair colors to make thousands upon thousands, even a million probably, possible combinations. Just a warning, we're going to have to end this pretty soon. So, and we also got some drag and drops. I'm going to have to actually ad-lib the hair color a bit here to make it a bit better. For this, we're going to actually probably have to take out the umber and make the highlights lighter. But we do get a lot, and we get our typical 2 ink scribble layers. So we can put her behind her or in front of her. So, I think this might be a pretty nice stopping point as we've just finished her tail. So, I'm definitely going to make sure to leave a link in the description for the next video, and you're going to make sure to check that out, right? Right? But anyway, I hope you all have a really good day, and have a great Thanksgiving. If you're watching this years into the future and Thanksgiving is long past, if you're watching this in July, Thanksgiving is not even on your mind. Have a happy 4th of July or birthday or Christmas or whatever you're watching it. Have a good morning or afternoon or night. I'm doing this in the afternoon, but wow. Just have a great day. Bye! Oh, and make sure to watch the sequel, which is coming very shortly.